In a feeble attempt to breathe some life into these vlogs, I am shooting this thing in a conference room at my place of business. Just because I'm sure y'all get sick and tired of the same background, and quite frankly, I'm sick and tired of the same background, and yeah, I like Michael had a big production thing planned for this week's video, and it was just like, effort. But I'll describe it for you. What I was going to do, I was going to set up my green screen behind me, and I was going to project an image of the American flag, and I was going to dress up like General Patton and give the five old gays an inspirational speech about motivation and you know, fighting the good fight and go get them. And then I just kind of lost focus, and well, here we are in the conference room of my place of business. To address Van's question, and it is a good question. That is a very good question, because I often talk about this with my friends as if I could pick an age that I can go back to and just like never stop and stop aging after that. I would pick 19. I like the way I looked when I was 19. Things were going swimmingly when I was 19. There was hair, the skin was all dewy. Things were good. I look back on those pictures and I'm like, I didn't know what I had. Of course, having said that, I'll probably look at pictures of myself when I'm 50 and look at pictures of myself when I'm at this age, and I'll probably think the same thing. I'll probably be like 50 and thinking, oh, I didn't know what I had when I was 34. But it is interesting that Van's age is 2 years older than what I am now. So interesting that she would pick an age that's older than me. Because I wouldn't pick 34, which is what I am now. Although I wouldn't be upset. Like if someone bit me and I became a vampire and this is the way I had to look for the rest of my life, I wouldn't be too upset. I'd be a little upset, but not too upset. But yeah, not really much else to talk about. There was an interesting incident at work yesterday, and it involves, you know that proposition against gay marriage, because they have one in California. It's Proposition 8 over there. You're supposed to vote no on it, right? But they have the same thing here in Florida. Of course, Florida is a horribly anti-gay state, but yeah, somebody came up to me yesterday and was all like, you should vote no on Proposition 2. It's Proposition 2 here. And I was like, yeah, I know. That's what I was planning on doing. Now, this person, I guess, was included in the fact that I'm a big homosexual. So their view was that, it's not that you shouldn't vote for it. You shouldn't vote no on it because it's the right thing to do, because gay people deserve rights. You should vote no on it because it's going to eliminate domestic partnerships. And I work for an insurance company that offers domestic partnership benefits to the masses, and that would affect our bottom line. So yeah, and then somebody else came around the corner, throwing in their 2 cents, and he was all like, I'm voting yes on it because I think it's wrong. I think gay marriage is wrong. And now this is the person who just a few weeks ago was trying to convince me that we all evolved from monkeys, and how he's voting for Obama. So it's like, you believe in evolution, you voted for Obama, but you don't think gay people should marry. Whatever. And yes, I don't believe in evolution. I know that's not a very popular thing. I don't think we evolved from apes, simply because if we did evolve from apes, why are there still apes walking around? I'm just saying. Now, I do believe in some sort of creationism. I don't know whether it was God that put us here or aliens. I have my own little theories. I do believe in conspiracies. I do believe that what we think we know has nothing to do with the reality of things. But that's a subject for another video. Big conspiracy theorist. I do believe in aliens, and I believe in all that crap. I believe that the government that runs the country isn't really the government. I believe there's a shadow government. I believe there's people in control. I do. Watch your back. But yeah, after the discussion at work yesterday about, the whole gay marriage thing and the proposal and whatever, I on my drive home, I was very reflective and introspective as I have been in the last few days, and I'm just wondering, but this whole gay thing, it's just really, I don't know. I have a friend of mine who is big homosexual male, and he is marrying a woman. Now she's in on the whole deal. She gets the whole thing, but they've decided to make a conscious effort and make a go of it and see if it works. And when I'm talking conscious effort, I mean the real marriage, sex, children, blah blah blah. She knows what she's getting herself into, and you can't really argue against it. I mean, if you're seemingly happy, but yeah. So then I started thinking, well, does he have the? I mean, I understand life would be a lot easier, possibly, if one were straight. But I don't know. It's very weird. And you see, talking about the whole gay thing, I've always assumed that I was like, I'm gonna say obviously gay, but I mean I'm not walking around in high heels and pink spandex or anything, but I think most people kind of suspect and get it, and you know, like I said, at work I'm out to some people, I'm out to, and I'm not out to some. It's the people that I'm friendly with I'm out to, and the people that are that not really, and people don't really gossip that much, and people are very respectful at work. So and as for family, well, I don't have much family left because everyone's kind of died off. I never really had an opportunity to come out to family because, like I said, they were the people that raised me, which is my mother, my grandmother, my aunt. They were sick for a very long time, and it was some of them were out of it mentally, and there was really no point. Um, but yeah, like the couple family members that I have left, they although I've never set them down, it's like you know they they've been to my MySpace page, they've been to they've seen my videos, they see me with. I mean, it's not like I had to sit anyone down. It's like they see it. We don't really need to discuss it, do we? It's one of those things. There's an old saying in Spanish, lo que se ve no se pregunta, which basically, if you can see it for your own eyes, do you really need to like sit people down and like state the obvious? And I was just having a conversation with my fag hag, who also works with me here, when I sat her down and told her that I was gay. It was one of the few people who actually sat down and told. And she said she had no inclination, she had no suspicion. And I remember when I told her, she had a little bit of a stunned look on her face. She also said, in that same breath, that it was no big deal, that I was still the same person, blah blah blah, and thanks for telling me, and that was that. And our friendship continued and blossomed, unchanged. Except now she calls herself my fag hag, and I refer to her as that as well. So I don't know. I've always assumed people assume that I was gay. I mean, people, come on, I'm not the butchest, thing around. And I don't know. It's kind of like when Clayton usually recently came out, and there seemed to be like a large chunk of his audience that was like shocked. I'm like, really? We were shocked? I think a lot of people either are very clueless or like to live in their own little world of denial. Or it's kind of one of those things that, okay, well, if you're not like an outrageous flamboyant queen, then you're not really gay, I guess. Because a lot of people think flamboyant and queen go together, but whatever. I've rambled too much. Once again, this is I think this is like the third or fourth video in a row where there's just no humor, there's just no nothing. It's just me, bleh. And we've all been bleh. Seriously, we need to do something. We need to stir things up. Maybe we should try swapping days. Maybe we could, I don't know. What can we do? That should be my question to the group. What should we do to kind of perk ourselves up from this funk that we've been in, and to kind of stir things up? I'd like to see the numbers of subscribers rise. We've kind of been stagnating in the 460s for a very long time. That's all I'm saying, you know. Five Awesome Gays have like 10 billion subscribers. Other channels similar to ours have, you know, at least in the thousands or something. Could it be that we're just old and boring?